Please welcome Executive Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, John Chen.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. And this is one of those rare days in New York. It's nice outside. Looking at that video, that was, I thought it was pretty well put together. What do you guys think? Is it good? Oh, good. Thank you. Especially, I don't have to pay for any of those people who showed up. That was even the better thing. And one of those ladies on that, I think her name is Kim, had causes me a lot of pain in terms of responding. Whenever she said that it was BlackBerry was the heart and soul of hers, and I got people inside the company wanting me to respond, people outside the company wanted me to respond, but we truly appreciate it. That was great. I am going to spend a few minutes talking about the year. It hasn't really been the entire year, but it's wrapping up of calendar year 2014. And if you guys recall that about 13 months ago, when I started the company, one of the early things that I have to tackle with some famous American Idol personnel try to copy our keyboard. And I actually said at CES that this is this is one of those crown jewels of the company, pride and joy of ours. And we will use the keyboard, and we will assert our rights to the keyboard. And it's also, that's something that I heard from many people, that we do need a navigation back. So at the same time, we knew that the BlackBerry 10 was a really good operating system, and we know we were perfecting it all along. So the question is, what is the best way to combine the both together? And there is your BlackBerry Classic. But before that, we have done a lot in 2014. We created the early product called Z3 with the help of Foxconn. That done pretty well. I think it's like 54 countries around the world right now, not in the North American market, but 54 countries. Then about a month ago, we released our enterprise server. Along the way, we have released a lot of BBM and make it a lot more cross-platform. And so it's been a very busy year for us, but it's an extremely gratifying year. I really commend our people who have done all that. Then, of course, we have the Passport launch leading up to this Classic launch. And Passport has been done very well, and it's a very strong product. People love it. Some of you are using it. I can see it. One of the gentlemen is using a red one, which is wonderful. There's all kinds of variants of colors coming out, and I think you'll like a lot of things about a Passport. And so one of the things, as I say, go back and thought through, they wanted me to talk a little bit about why the Classic. I already spoke about the keyboard, the navigation key, but more importantly, when I went to visit customers, and these are like the CEO of top banks in this town, a lot of them pull out their BlackBerry and said, the 9900s, or the Curve that some people may use, and they told me that don't mess around with this thing, don't mess around with the keyboard, don't mess around with the trackpad. And I took that from them and listened, obviously, intensely, and try to figure out how to get ourselves back on the minds of our customers, and therefore we spend time in coming up with this technology. This is not just some people have told me, and that why are you kind of going back to the future? Are you're kind of rehashing some of the stuff? That is absolutely not true. What you have seen in that product, that's one of the reasons why it's taking us longer than doing that product than finishing the Passport, for example. What you see in that product, everything you know about BlackBerry has been upgraded. First of all, the only thing we kept are the user interfaces. We obviously kept the keyboard. We returned the navigation key to it. But putting the navigation key back to the BlackBerry 10, for those of you who are BB10 diehard or BlackBerry diehard, it's not as simple a technology as people think. We have to go get a team of engineers, and I guess it's North Carolina or somewhere around that, start working on that and restore a lot of the cut and paste and And the people that love the cut and paste, I see just a couple of smile in the room here. Not only the trackpad, but the key, all the key buttons and all that. So those are very important things. So we did that. Then in addition to that, we obviously applied the BB10 security to it. That's the basic foundation of the QNX. A very highly secure microkernel. Then we went and upgraded the battery because we think that this is one of the most productive elements of it. The battery lasts. I was told, I never tried it myself, like 22 hours nonstop, as at least the spec. I believe that that's something that a lot of our competitors are trying to chase us on, the battery and the security, obviously, and then of course we talk about the keyboard and all the associated software that's so to it. So I am going to. I know you're going to have a long program today. I'm not going to go into the details of this. We have scripts and I usually skip all that. People at the back is going crazy and using the teleprompter. This is why I cannot be President Obama. I can't get used to a teleprompter. One of the reasons why I won't be a successful politician. I'm not running for one, so it doesn't matter. So here it is. Then I am going to show you the new BlackBerry Classic. Here we go. Well, I have somehow moved it along. Then here's the BlackBerry Classic. And I hope, you haven't put your hands on it yet, but I hope you will really like it. My colleagues are going to go through it and went through the details with you. And before I get off the stage here, maybe we should show you another video to highlight a little bit more about who the classics are aiming for. I have one thing to say. I know a lot of people think that the classics are aiming for our loyal customers, which is true. That was the genesis of why we're doing this. But as I go around the world and talking to various people, the keyboard, actually attract attentions for a lot of people who've been, doing the touch screen and having a very hard time in composing two sentences that make sense together. So I'm going to invite a lot of people who hasn't used the Classic or hasn't used BlackBerry before, especially the people that are young, I suppose, to have a try at it. I think you'll like it. You may surprise yourself. Anyway, here's a video.
We heard you, loud and clear. You wanted more performance, merged with the BlackBerry features that have always kept you productive. Introducing the new BlackBerry Classic with more power and control than ever before. The one people turn to, upgraded. One step ahead, upgraded. Top of your game, upgraded. The Classic is everything you want from a BlackBerry and so much more. With the best-in-class keyboard and navigation keys designed for optimal speed and accuracy. A larger touchscreen, fast and beautiful web browsing. Battery life that powers you through the busiest days. And the security that can only come with a BlackBerry. Take on the big guys. Upgraded. Lead the way. Upgraded. This is the power and productivity you've been waiting for. This is your power. Upgraded. Introducing the new BlackBerry Classic.
So now what I'd like to do is let's get a bit into the product. So I'd like to invite our Director of Product Marketing, Jeff Gadway, to the stage. And Jeff's going to really show you about what the BlackBerry Classic can do. So Jeff, it's all yours. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Marty, and thank you, John. Now, today is a very special day for us. But to understand what Classic is and why it's so important, not just to us, but to our customers, we have to take a moment to take a look back at where it came from. It was 1998 when BlackBerry introduced the wireless device that started it all, the RIM 950 interactive pager. It unchained us from our desks. I see a lot of people nodding here in the front row. It unchained us from our desks and enabled productivity that we never thought could be possible away from our computers. And for those who had one, it offered a competitive edge over everyone else. It fundamentally changed the way we worked and the way that we viewed mobility. Now, over the years that followed, BlackBerry would build on that foundation through innovations in efficient battery technology, ergonomic navigation, radio performance, unmatched security, and of course the beloved QWERTY keyboard. Now, when we introduced the Bold 9900, it was the culmination of over a decade's worth of work. Customers loved the fact that it had a touch display together with a trackpad. It had the send, end, and home keys. They loved the stainless steel frame and the way that it was incredibly strong and yet incredibly comfortable and beautiful to hold. They loved the QWERTY keyboard, our best yet, meticulously sculpted keys and a stainless steel set of frets that sit between the rows, creating the perfect amount of space between the keys, allowing you to build muscle memory that made you able to type like never before. You didn't even have to look down at the phone. It was absolutely incredible. Now, to this day, many people call the Bold the most productive smartphone ever made, and we would tend to agree with that. Think back to the way you felt with your first BlackBerry. Maybe you felt more in control and confident, being able to manage just about any situation that arose when you were away from your desk. Maybe you felt one step ahead of everyone else because you were always able to be the first person to respond. Perhaps you felt more safe knowing that your business secrets were always secure. Maybe you felt more liberated, being able to take advantage of this incredible productivity to do more than you could ever before. That's why today is so special for us. It's about more than just introducing a new phone. Today is really about returning to and building on those things that made tens of millions of people BlackBerry people. The BlackBerry Classic is the no-nonsense smartphone you've always trusted, with new power you've been waiting for, unlocking untold productivity like you've never imagined. And it was inspired by you, our loyal BlackBerry customers. Now, I'm not going to stand here today blind to the fact that we've lost some of you. But I'm confident that with the BlackBerry Classic, we're going to win you back. And here's how. We've built on the things that you love, and we've improved the things that you don't. Today, I'm going to focus on 3 key areas: how you navigate, how you communicate, and how you browse. Let's start with navigation. The BlackBerry Classic gives you the best productivity and communications tool in a package you've already mastered. Allow me to reintroduce you to the navigation keys and trackpad that sit between the screen and the keyboard. The send, end, and menu keys, I just have to dismiss my work event. The send, end, and menu keys offer a simple way to perform many common tasks. I can press the phone button here from the home screen to go into the phone application. The end key, as you'd expect, always takes you back to the home screen. And when I'm in an application, like the Hub, for example, pressing on the menu key brings up all of the associated actions. Notice how the most likely action is already highlighted here on the right-hand side of the screen. For you power users, you might remember how pressing the menu key again automatically selects that action, so you never even have to move your thumb off the key. And just as you remember, pressing the back key always takes you back to the last screen you were just on. Next, let's talk about the trackpad. Customers love the trackpad for the control and precision it offers when navigating lists, selecting text, and using the cursor to cut and paste. When you're in an application like the Hub, you can quickly scan through all your messages using the trackpad. A big swipe, I'm just going to unlock my workspace so I can show you some emails. A big swipe moves the list very quickly, so you can move pages at a time. But it's also very responsive, so you can use smaller swipes to select individual messages. Now, the trackpad is really helpful when you use it together with the menu key, or when you're composing messages or editing documents. It's great for selecting text. So if I go into this message from Sarah with my itinerary, I'm able to really quickly use the trackpad and the keyboard to take an action like copying and pasting. So I'm going to go down to the text from Sarah. Just like you'd imagine, you hold the Shift key, use the trackpad to select the block of text that you want, cut it, and paste it just like that. But what I love most about having the trackpad back, and I think many people agree with me, is the ability to select blocks of emails that I can then mark as read or unread or delete them all together. So I can go down here into my inbox and select these messages from Mel and these people and just delete them here with the keyboard. It's really easy to quickly manage and triage my inbox. Now, while the trackpad is definitely known for its simplicity and precision when navigating and using things like the Hub, it's got another side too. Apps can make use of it as well, like one of our favorites, Brickbreaker. What's more classic BlackBerry than Brickbreaker, right? I used to love this game, and we know many of our customers loved it too, and so we brought it back here with the Classic. Brickbreaker is a great example of how the trackpad is responsive and how easy the Classic is to use with one hand. I'm just going to start again. Now, I was never all that great at Brick Breaker personally, but I'm sure many of you will be right at home using Brick Breaker here with the trackpad and keyboard. You're able to use the trackpad to maneuver the little man around, and you can use the keyboard to do things like fire missiles and launch the ball when you start a new round. It's the same game you loved with the same difficulty to master. Now, beyond the navigation keys and trackpad, the keyboard allows you to quickly navigate as well. So if I go back into the hub here, I'm able to use the keyboard shortcuts to take actions like pressing T to get to the top of the list, pressing B to get to the bottom of the list, pressing U to go to the last unread message. I can toggle through them just like this. If I press N, it takes me to the next day. And if I press R, it allows me to quickly initiate a reply. So all of those common shortcuts that you've relied on for years are right here in the Classic. These are the things that John talked about that are hard to master and that have taken time to bring back. Last but not least, we can't forget the touchscreen, the ability to select exactly what you need without having to scroll at all. Now, just like the Bold before it, this device is really built for speedy navigation and one-handed operation. Combine the trackpad with the keyboard, the shortcuts, the touchscreen, and the navigation keys, and you'll be flying through the phone. So what I'm able to do is just quickly go in here, select a message, double tap twice on the key here to respond. I can type a message with the keyboard, double tap on the menu key again to send, and press the end key to go back home. I'm able to really quickly move through workflows and get things done fast. That's navigation on the BlackBerry Classic. Precise, fast, and you already have it mastered. Now, moving on to communication. The BlackBerry Classic merges the physical keyboard you know and trust together with the performance of BlackBerry 10 and the BlackBerry Hub. So let's start with the keyboard. Remember the way you could type without looking? The way you could discreetly reply to a message underneath a table without having to even look at the keyboard at all? There's really nothing like a BlackBerry keyboard. Nothing comes close. The BlackBerry keyboard is so loved by our customers and missed by those who've moved to other all-touch devices that there are those out there who have tried to copy it, and even some who've now tried to copy it twice. But the BlackBerry keyboard is more than just 35 keys. It's really the culmination of a decade of passion and perfection. Now, at first glance, some of you Bold users might be looking at the keyboard and wondering, what happened to the curve? But in truth, there are a number of things that make the BlackBerry keyboard the best out there. And today we're going to focus on 3 of them. First are the sculpted keys. Each one of the keys on the keyboard is carefully sculpted so that you can feel where one key ends and the next key begins. Looking at the QWERTY keyboard really closely, the mostly flat surface of our keys supports our fingers in eliminating pressure points, allowing you to type really fast. Second are the frets. These are the stainless steel bands that sit between the rows of keys, offering the perfect amount of separation. This helps both your fingers and your eyes quickly find the right keys every time. Third is the physical feedback, or as I like to call it in technical terms, the amount of clickiness in the keyboard. Our engineers go to a painstaking amount of effort, testing hundreds of keyboard configurations, tuning the keyboard so that it feels just right. It's that perfect amount of feedback that allows you to type with incredible speed. It's really fascinating, actually. When you look at the fastest typists on our keyboard in slow motion, what you'll see is that they're actually depressing the next key as they're releasing the last key. It's that incredible muscle memory that's possible thanks only to our sculpted keys, our frets, and our physical feedback. Now, many have said that the virtual keyboard designed for the Z10 and the Z30 is the best virtual keyboard on the market, offering the fastest, most accurate typing experience on glass. And I would tend to agree with you, and I'm sure many of you who've used those products would too. But as great as our virtual keyboards are, our research has actually shown that the BlackBerry 10 QWERTY keyboards are 4 times more accurate than the BlackBerry 10 virtual keyboards. So there are even less mistakes and typos that get in your way of what you're trying to say. To put it simply, whether you're a Bold user today or you're a BlackBerry user or a past BlackBerry user on an all-touch device now, from the moment that you pick up the BlackBerry Classic and start to type, it's going to feel like you're finally home. Now, while we've introduced a full-size BlackBerry keyboard on the Classic, we've also increased the screen size by 60% compared to the Bold 9900. This larger canvas is handy in so many ways, from taking in your favorite websites, flipping through photos, to editing documents and composing emails. Some will argue that choosing a phone with a full physical keyboard means sacrificing screen real estate. So let's do a quick comparison between the Classic and an all-touch device. When you bring up the keyboard on an iPhone 6, the amount of screen real estate available for writing an email or editing a document is nearly the same as the BlackBerry Classic, within 4% actually. So you're really not giving up very much at all, and you get the full physical keyboard. Beyond the keyboard and the display, the BlackBerry Hub allows for upgraded communications as well. Bold users are familiar with going to the Messages app today to manage their email. On BlackBerry Classic, the BlackBerry Hub is the central spot to manage all of your communications, extending far beyond email to include the platforms that we use to communicate today, like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, BBM, and more. Let's take a quick look at the BlackBerry Hub here on my Classic. The BlackBerry Hub is an app that's always open. You can access it here through the Hub icon on the home screen, or just by swiping over to the left with the trackpad. In the Hub, you can view all of your messages all together in one list. Your emails, your BBM messages, everything in chronological order. Or you can go over here to the left-hand menu by touching on the 3 bars and sort by the type of content that you want. So you can really quickly triage and manage all of your communications. When you're looking at a message here in the Hub, pressing the menu key will bring up all of the actions associated with that message, like viewing attachments, searching, or responding. It's just the way you remember, made even more powerful with the BlackBerry 10 operating system. To get out of the Hub, you just press on the end key to take you back to the home screen, or you can back all the way out. The BlackBerry Hub builds on BlackBerry's heritage of unchaining people from their desks, putting email on their hips, and reinventing the inbox by tuning it to how professionals are communicating today through a myriad of different communications platforms, networks, and channels. Last but certainly not least, browsing. While we know many bold users love many things about their smartphone, we know that browsing wasn't one of them. But today, all of that changes. With the BlackBerry 10 web browser, accessing the internet on Classic is amazingly fast and astoundingly beautiful. Browsing on Classic is 3 times faster than on a bold 9900. In fact, the Classic browser is among the top of its class for speed and rendering fidelity. So with Classic, you can access your favorite web content as it was meant to be seen, faster than ever before and with unlimited browser tabs. Let's take a really quick look at browsing on the Classic. Now, when I was here in New York over the last couple of days, I've been looking for things to do in the very limited amounts of time that we have between rehearsals. So I found this site, nycgo.com. Look at how fast it loads here in the browser. Look at how great it looks on this beautiful big screen. I'm able to quickly scroll through all the content using either the trackpad or the touch screen, and I'm able to drill in to these different pages without any kind of lag at all. I'm able to find attractions and see what's going on in New York. This is a browsing experience that you maybe never thought that you'd see on a BlackBerry smartphone. Web browsing that's 3 times faster than bold, competing with all the major brands today. That's browsing on the BlackBerry Classic. Now, so far, we've looked at navigation, communication, and browsing, and we've shown you how Classic offers an incredible upgrade to the productive workhorse that you know with the new power that you want. In fact, if you look at specs across the board, Classic offers a powerful upgrade in many key areas. Its larger display packs in 70% more pixels. And even with a faster processor and larger screen, the BlackBerry Classic's battery will last 50% longer than the bold 9900. It offers an upgraded camera, allowing you to capture beautiful photos and take stunning video. And it's got upgraded memory for more storage of apps, music, pictures, and more. Plus, we offer a significant RAM upgrade to improve the performance and allow you to multitask with ease. Classic runs the latest version of our BlackBerry 10 operating system, 10.3.1. 10.3.1 introduces some great improvements, like a new battery saving mode, which will automatically adjust settings like your processor performance, screen brightness, and location services to help you conserve power once you reach a battery threshold of your choosing. 10.3.1 also comes preloaded with 2 app stores, BlackBerry World for business and productivity apps, as well as the Amazon App Store for hundreds of thousands of the most popular consumer apps, entertainment apps, music, and more. Now, just a few quick notes on quality. BlackBerry has always been known for the build quality of its smartphones. As our designers like to say, BlackBerries are built to wear in, not to wear out. And that's probably why a number of you are still carrying your bold 9900s to this day. Classic follows in these same footsteps. True to our heritage, Classic has been built to be the ultimate in reliability and durability. From the protective outer frame that we've built into the product that's machined from a solid block of forged stainless steel to the ultra-durable Gorilla Glass screen, the BlackBerry Classic has been built with premium materials and high-quality finishes. Our design team has a real passion for detail, and it truly shows in the BlackBerry Classic. When you first pick up this device, it's going to feel exactly the way you expect a BlackBerry to feel. But when it comes to design, sometimes those things that you can't see and feel are just as important as those things that you can. Classic has been designed with the same proven security that you've come to trust and expect from BlackBerry. Now, at BlackBerry, security isn't an afterthought. It's not something that we sprinkle on top. It's a starting point that we use to set out on the design of any new smartphone that we create, and Classic is no exception. We start by building security into our processors, right down to the silicon in our chips. We then use this as a secure root of trust that validates everything up through the stack, from the operating system to the applications and beyond. And when you connect a Classic to BES 12 through our highly secure infrastructure, the end-to-end security of the device is supercharged with the highest levels of encryption and certification you can find. The BlackBerry Classic really has been thoughtfully and beautifully designed both inside and out. That's a quick tour of the BlackBerry Classic. Precise navigation designed to help you maneuver confidently and quickly. The BlackBerry keyboard that will allow you to communicate with speed and accuracy. Upgraded browsing, upgraded specs, a modern OS, and a powerful new security stack. Plus, you pull it all together, and the BlackBerry Classic is the business phone you've always trusted with new power that you've been waiting for. We truly believe that the BlackBerry Classic holds the power to unlock incredible potential, raising the bar as the most productive smartphone we've ever created. We'd like to show you a really short video of what we believe it means to be a classic. And I'll be back after that.
What is classic? Classic is enduring. Enduring style, quality, and performance. Classic is timeless, high-quality design that never goes out of style. In a world that never stops changing, Classic is a constant that has served you so well. Introducing the BlackBerry Classic, the smartphone you trust, with the power you never imagined, with a screen that is 60% larger, a browser that is 3 times faster, a battery that lasts 50% longer, and the classic keyboard and navigation keys you have come to love, built to stand the test of time. This is your Classic, faster, more powerful, and always secure. This is your power, upgraded.
Pretty cool, right? This really is my favorite phone. I think it's the best BlackBerry we've ever built. I just love it, and I can't put it down. Now, like you, the team at BlackBerry is really excited about the BlackBerry Classic. Along with the BlackBerry Passport, we believe it quite possibly could be the most productive smartphone we've ever designed. But as you've come to see over the last year, BlackBerry is about much more than just being a smartphone company. We truly offer an end-to-end solution, hardware, software, services, all working together, all aimed at enabling productivity, and all doing so incredibly securely. Together, these things hold the possibility to unlock untold potential for enterprises and their employees. So what I'd like to do now is show you how some of our newest enterprise solutions work hand in hand with the Classic as part of an end-to-end enterprise mobility strategy. This morning, we're going to take a quick look at 3 things: BBM Protected, BlackBerry Blend, and VPN authentication, and how they all work together here on my BlackBerry Classic. First up is BBM Protected. With employees looking for faster ways to communicate with colleagues and customers, consumer instant messaging apps are finding their way into the organization and into the office. Now, while instant messaging is great for employees, it poses some serious threats for security-conscious organizations. Threats like hacking, data leakage, non-compliance fines, just to name a few. In fact, as a response to some of these threats, we've seen a number of customers in regulated industries block instant messaging apps altogether. That's why we designed BBM Protected. BBM Protected is a secure instant messaging solution designed to offer enterprise-grade security over instant messaging between employees within an organization. When 2 or more employees are chatting using a BBM-protected chat, their messages are protected by adding an additional layer of encryption, secured with encryption keys that are controlled by the organization. So not even BlackBerry could read those messages, even if we wanted to. Plus, it just works between employees at different companies, too. Think of the possibilities for this. Secure communications between doctors at different hospitals within a hospital network, or secure messaging between first responders like fire, police, and EMS when they're on a scene. But perhaps best of all of this security doesn't detract from the end user experience. Let's take a quick look at BBM Protected here on my Classic. I'm going to open up BBM, and what you'll see is that I've got one chat list for all of my chats, both personal and work. When I go to compose a new message, I've got all of my contacts here in one list too. So I've got protected contacts alongside everyone else. The protected contacts are the contacts with the little lock beside their name, so I know who I'm about to engage in a protected chat with. When I go to start a conversation with a protected contact, like this chat with Ryan, I can see a couple of indicators that show me that this is a protected chat. There's protected, enter a message, and as I start to type, just a little busy, it comes up in blue as opposed to black, which a normal chat would show you. So there are a few subtle indicators reminding me that this is a protected chat. What's great about BBM Protected, though, is that I have full access to the consumer BBM feature set. So I can send pictures, send files. I can even go in, oops, thanks, Jeff, and retract my message from Ryan's chat. The other thing that's great about BBM Protected, too, is that with one app, I can seamlessly move between chats with protected contacts and non-protected contacts, like Sonia. So here you don't have the blue demarcation showing that it's a protected chat, and you don't have the message in the bar saying it's a protected chat either. So that's BBM Protected. But what about when I go from being mobile to when I'm on my computer? This is why we created something called BlackBerry Blend. With BlackBerry Blend, employees can securely access data that lives on their BlackBerry smartphone using a non-managed personal device like a laptop or a tablet. Not only are we excited to announce today that Blend is available for the BlackBerry Classic, but we're also excited to introduce a new set of Blend features available to enterprise customers. Employees are able to now access corporate data like work drives on their device, as well as their work browser through a personal device. And with new IT policies, Blend gives organizations more control over what information can be shared and how it's accessed through these other devices, too. Let's take a quick look at Blend for the enterprise. Now, when I'm at home, I prefer to use a Mac, personally. So this is my personal computer that's in no way managed by my company. But that's not to say that I can't use it as a work device thanks to Blend. I've got my Classic here, and it's connected to my Mac using Blend over Wi-Fi, so that I can go here into the dock and open up Blend, and I'm able to see all of my work content. I can see my work emails, I can see my BBMs, I can see my work calendar. So I can actually go into BBM here and pick up on that conversation that I was having with Ryan, which is a protected chat. So it's moved from my device to my computer, and it's still protected with that higher level of encryption. I got to spell right. Oops. He won't mind. Now, from the Blend dashboard, I'm able to see all of my work email as well. So I'm going to go into my email, and I've got this message from Trudy, and she's asked me to take a quick look at this new web page that we're putting together for new BlackBerry employees. So this is sitting on our company intranet, right? So it's inside our secure infrastructure at BlackBerry. But with BlackBerry Blend, I'm able to actually open this page up in a work browser. So I'm still able to access this content, even though I'm on a personal device that's in no way managed by the organization. All of this data is being transmitted securely through the BlackBerry device and our secure infrastructure. Pretty cool. So we've talked about secure instant messaging with BBM Protected and secure access to corporate data on a personal device with Blend. But what about when I'm traveling with a work laptop, like my Lenovo laptop, and I need to access VPN from an airport or a hotel? It used to be that I had to remember to bring my hardware token with me too. And I'd have to carry that token around, remember a separate PIN, and manually copy a ton of little numbers off the tiny little screen and transpose them into my laptop. Not only is this a pain for me as an employee, but these outdated hardware tokens pose a number of challenges to the organization too. PIN reset costs, token sync problems, and token provisioning all result in really high IT support costs. That's why we created VPN authentication by BlackBerry. It solves a number of these problems that exist with hardware tokens today. Let me just take a quick look at VPN authentication here on my work laptop with BlackBerry Classic. Let's say I'm traveling and I have my work laptop with me and I need to access a file at the airport. I'm going to VPN in to grab that file off my company network so I can work on it in flight. Now today, I'd have to dig around in my bag, find my hardware token. If I forgot it at home, which I'm not proud to say I have many times, I'd have to call IT. I'd be ringing up huge IT support costs. It's a pain for everybody. With VPN authentication by BlackBerry, you use something you already know, your enterprise credentials, to sign on to Windows or sign on to your enterprise network, and something that you always have with you, your BlackBerry smartphone. I use my existing VPN client on my laptop, just like I do today, so I'm going to pull that up here. And what I do is I select the BBM, or the VPN authentication by BlackBerry profile here in the menu in the bottom right, and I'm going to click Connect. Now, as the first factor of authentication, I enter the enterprise identity credentials that I already know and that I use multiple times each day to lock and unlock Windows. So I'm going to put that in here. Don't look. This is where the magic really happens. Here on my BlackBerry smartphone, I get a notification prompting me to confirm my identity. So all I do is touch here on the screen or use the trackpad to select Confirm, and VPN connected success. Perfect. That's it. I'm securely connected to my corporate VPN here on my laptop, using my smartphone to authenticate my identity, all without the additional hardware token or the need to squint to read tiny little numbers off a little screen and copy them onto my laptop. Now that's a quick look at 3 of our new enterprise solutions: BBM Protected, Blend, and VPN Authentication by BlackBerry. While these 3 solutions serve very different use cases, all of them help to protect corporate data both at rest and in transit, while offering employees seamless access to company data across devices. To make these great new solutions easily available for enterprises to deploy and to buy, we're really excited to announce that Protected, Blend, and VPN authentication are going to be available together in what we're calling the Secure Productivity Bundle. It comes included with Advantage level support from our award-winning BlackBerry Care, and all of what you just saw is available for just $6 per user per month. This is incredible. This Secure Productivity Bundle is available for enterprise customers with BES 10 and BES 12, as well as BlackBerry 10 smartphones. We also have another bundle designed to turbocharge productivity through better mobile collaboration. We call this the Enterprise Communicator Bundle, and this bundle includes both BBM Protected as well as BBM Meetings. This bundle is available to enterprises with BlackBerry 10, iPhone, and Android devices. And what's great about these 2 solutions is that no BES is required. Both the Secure Productivity Bundle and the Enterprise Communicator Bundle are available starting today in the BlackBerry Enterprise Store at BlackBerry.com. Together, the BlackBerry Classic and these new enterprise solutions offer organizations the most comprehensive end-to-end secure productivity solution. And we're just getting started. Now I'd like to welcome Marty Beard back up onto the stage. Thank you.
All right. Hello again, everyone. I think we should make Jeff an application, because I would love to have the Jeff app so I can figure out how to use everything that we're producing. So we'll work on that. So you've seen how excited we are to bring you the BlackBerry Classic, as well as these amazing solutions that you can use with it. And this really is a truly no-nonsense device that provides the security and the performance that you need to get things done. And you've heard us say that this device is something that offers it's a very familiar design, but it's got much faster results. So let me just take a few moments to talk about how you can take advantage of these themes. Again, familiarity, we've listened, and faster results, we've upgraded. And this is really through the BlackBerry Classic app experience, right? So let's talk about applications. Our BlackBerry OS users upgrading to BlackBerry Classic and customers returning to BlackBerry, and we think there are going to be many, will see a really significant improvement in the overall application experience. So as we announced the release of our BlackBerry 10.3 OS, and that was first seen on the BlackBerry Passport device a couple months ago, we now offer 2 application stores. So we've got BlackBerry World for business and productivity apps, and we've got the Amazon App Store for popular Android apps and games. And as you've seen through the demos that Jeff just went through, we've got all the familiar navigation keys that are back to be able to interact with those applications. So with this refresh, we've been really thoughtful in terms of how applications work and how you can use the navigational keys and, of course, the trackpad. So let's take a classic game like we talked about with our native game, Brick Breaker, where we're utilizing the trackpad to navigate the main page and the settings screens, and where we've also integrated the back and the menu buttons so that you can really pause in-game action and you can bring up menus. For Android apps, the Classic has 3 enhanced zoom modes, right? So that you can simply operate these features on your Android apps by touch only. So the modes are full size, zoomed out, and rectangular. So full size, that's the default. Zoomed out maintains a square screen, but it allows for a lot more detailed viewing. Rectangular is our recommended setting for games, whether the app is viewed in portrait or in landscape mode. So in speaking of Android apps, on the Classic device, the Amazon App Store, through the Amazon App Store, we're now able to bring you access to many of Amazon's suite of mobile apps, now including the Amazon mobile shopping app. So this provides one-stop shop, obviously, for millions of digital and physical products, many of which all of us need to buy in the next couple of weeks. We've also got Amazon Kindle, as well as Amazon Fresh. So really, in addition to bringing the mobile shopping into the Amazon App Store, there are many more apps that we're launching through both BlackBerry World and the Amazon App Store daily. So we're really giving you what we think is a full access to a catalog of application content with a few of our top apps highlighted here behind me. This is something that we've really been focused on as a company, and we're working very hard to bring this comprehensive suite of the top applications to everybody. So the Amazon App Store delivers daily value, as I mentioned, through the free app of the day, something that's been very popular, and also Amazon Coins, as well as all the seasonal promotions and discount, especially during this holiday season. So all of this is available on our new BlackBerry devices, including, obviously, the BlackBerry Classic. So now let's talk a bit about the enterprise customer. So again, applications being a big theme in the company and something that John's had us really focused on. We're really aggressively focusing on those applications that matter to your business. On the BlackBerry Classic, our enterprise customers will have access to just a full range of enterprise application and a full portfolio, as well as new app launches in key industry segments. We're very focused on several segments, very highly regulated industries. These are places that BlackBerry really flourishes. Healthcare. So we've got great applications like CellTrack, the next generation of that, GoldCare Mobility Plus. Government and public safety, obviously, verticals, it's very focused on productivity, very focused on privacy and security. We've got OnPage, we've got Voyager Query. For law enforcement, we've got Pocket Cop. And then obviously financial services being one of the heritage verticals for us. We've got the Bloomberg Professional and Thomson Reuters Icon. Professional services, another segment of just hardcore BlackBerry dedicated users. We've got applications like Time Capture, Expert on the Go, and Big Hand. And in the overall just experience of productivity solutions across all of these industry segments, we've got all the key applications like Cisco's AnyConnect, WebEx, SAP's CFO Advantage, and of course Box. And this is just naming a few. So to help you get quickly, access to many of these favorite mobile apps, we've added a new section to BlackBerry World where you're also going to be able to find just quick links to applications like Uber and Fast Company. And this is really just, let's take Uber for example. So from BlackBerry World, you can log in to your Uber account with your username and your password, and find the nearest Uber cab and go ahead and book it. So even where we have links taking advantage of our incredibly fast browser, we've made that really easy through BlackBerry World. So let me just take a pause here, and as you can see, the BlackBerry Classic, obviously we feel like it's the best productivity and communications tool in the market, bar none. It's providing you a comprehensive catalog of applications to get the job done. So let's get back to customers. And speaking of getting stuff done, so let me please welcome to the stage the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of McKinsey Health, Richard Tam. Richard? Hi, Richard.
Thank you, Manny. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks so much for making time and coming by. So why don't you tell us, you've got a big job at a really complex environment. Tell us a bit about McKinsey.
Sure. McKinsey Health is actually a regional health service provider north of Toronto, about 1 hour, in Ontario, Canada. We're made up of McKinsey Richmond Hill Hospital, which is in Richmond Hill, and we are actually in the process of building another big hospital in Vaughan called McKinsey Vaughan Hospital, opening in 1819. Okay. Along with a whole bunch of community service locations, we are proud to serve over 500,000 people in one of the Canada's fastest growing and most culturally diverse community that we're proud to be our customer.
Okay. So you're in this, like you said, you're in this rapidly changing world of healthcare,
right.
And we all know that mobility is having a big impact there. And you've worked with BlackBerry a lot in the past. So talk a bit about how BlackBerry is helping you. What are some of the challenges that you're facing?
Sure. We actually have a wonderful experience with BlackBerry. We have been a BlackBerry customer over 10 years. Okay. I think what BlackBerry provides us is really the highest level of security in our business of healthcare, which is very important. And a lot of my staff, and physicians included as well, have been telling me that one of the key enablers for their productivity is actually their keyboard. Mm-hmm. Many told me one-handed. Right. So imagine if they do two hands, that would be really great. That is really something that I think the Classic launch with today. I'm really looking forward to add this particular device to replace a lot of my old BlackBerry 9900, add to our fleet, and also deployed it over the Best 12 platform that we just about to roll out this month. And I think I'm anticipating that will be at least 500 BlackBerry devices connected to our corporate Best platform, and maybe more than half of that will be the Classic.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So to talk a little bit more about, I'm assuming privacy, security, you're starting to deal with, we were talking about kind of the Internet of Things and more connected devices,
right.
Not just smartphones.
Exactly.
So talk a bit about how that's impacting your environment and maybe how the BlackBerry platform is going to help you really extend out into that future.
It is really important because right now in our industry, in healthcare, people don't provide care, just stick into the bedside. There's a lot of care being provided in a mobile way, and a lot of you know about mHealth, which is really the future and is not going to go away. So one of the key features that is very important for us is security. Right. We handle a lot of very sensitive personal health information, and we need to be absolutely sure that the information is transmitted in the safest possible way across the organization so that we can sleep at night and we can be sure with confidence along with the device like Classic as well as the Best 12 platform that the data are safe and the patient privacy and confidentiality are protected.
Okay, great.
That's one of the key features. And I think the other thing that I have an opportunity to play with the Classic for the couple of days, they truly last the whole day.
Yes.
So the great battery life, and I tested, John, for you, the great battery life is actually important for our staff. A lot of physicians, our staff, who work long day, not every day, most of the day. Yeah. And it's the last things that you want them to be worrying about, will my device run out of battery before I finish my day?
Right.
So that's really key.
Right.
And last but not least, a lot of people have been saying, well, I'm glad the button and the trackpad are coming back. So they miss them a lot, and I will be a very popular guy when I roll out the Classic.
Okay, all right, wonderful. All right, well, thank you so much for your support of BlackBerry, and we look forward to working with you and just taking this into the future.
Right. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And have a great day.
All right, great story in such an important industry, and it's great that we can be able to help McKinsey. So now we're happy to have with us today two very special guests. Roy Niederhofer is the founder of R.J. Niederhofer Capital Management. And Roy started his own company in 1993 and he has successfully built his hedge fund based here in New York City. And also joining us is Michael Capasso, American opera impresario. Michael's the former general director of the Da Capo Opera Theater here in New York City, which he founded in 1981. So please welcome Roy and Michael to the stage. Guys. Roy, how you doing? Okay. All right, welcome guys. So it's awesome to be able to have both you guys join us and have representatives from really the financial part of the world and kind of the arts and opera part of the world. So Roy, why don't we start with you? So why don't you talk a bit about your business and how this world of mobility is impacting it?
Sure, Marty. We are a quantitative hedge fund. We trade every market in the world 24/7. I run 3 shifts of traders. And we were very early adapters of BlackBerry back in the 90s, and we are currently using BBM to make sure that when something happens in the world, our traders know about it, and I know about it. There's something that might happen in the next few days, for instance. Russia might default. So if that happens, it's going to happen at 1:30 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning, and I'm going to need to know about that, and my traders will need to know that I read that message and that I've made a decision on what we should do about that.
Right, okay. And I'm imagining in a world that's just moving that fast and is also going increasingly mobile, that BlackBerry is a good solution for you guys, something that helps you get that done at the right speed.
Sure, the speed of transmission, the reliability. I've had so many texts that I've tried to send just not go through. Right. For us, it's really the speed and making sure that the message goes through. We actually, a long time ago in the 90s, switched to BlackBerry. And on September 11th, our decision to do that was really reinforced because the network was so reliable right around then. We had markets going crazy, and everyone needed to be in perfect sync. And BBM, even back then, helped us do that.
Okay, great. So, and so, Michael, let's transition to you now. You guys apparently have known each other for quite a while. I know you're obviously both musicians. Didn't know that this guy was a musician as well. So talk a bit about the connection that you've made here, and talk a bit about what you're trying to do in this amazing turnaround of the. Let us in on that.
Sure. Well, thanks, and thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. I founded an opera company in 1981 and ran it for over 30 years. And a little over 13 months ago, the New York City Opera filed Chapter 11, and it was a great tragedy. It was a loss of an iconic organization that the New Yorkers absolutely loved. And I realized that there was a possibility that we could bring something like this back, and it was a personal mission of mine. And so I took out my device that I've had in my pocket since 2007. And you truly are going to pry this from my cold, dead hand. And I emailed Roy. Okay. And we came together, and through Roy's business leadership and the pledge of an enormous gift, we formed a plan to revive the New York City Opera, bring it back, give it back to New York, and give it back to the world. Okay. It's something that is a classic that people loved and yearned for and didn't want to see gone. And a week and a half ago, we signed an asset purchase agreement. Pending a court approval, we will have the name and intellectual property of the New York City Opera. Right now, we are the New York City Opera Renaissance. We have been very, very active on social media with #NewNICO, and we're very, very excited about the possibility of bringing this back.
Okay, so this is really, so it's it's passion for an art form, and it's passion for something that we're trying to bring back. I mean, this is very familiar to BlackBerry and what John is doing and what we all feel. So maybe talk a bit about, either just talk a bit about how BlackBerry as a mobile tool is really helping you to do that.
Well, it's never out of my hand. I mean, it's everything that everybody has spoken to for the last hour about it. I know what to do, and I am, under the table, starting to send emails and read emails and follow. It's an attachment. It's an extension of me and my personality. And I've been in meetings where people have said, brought me very expensive devices that are not BlackBerries and said, you must have this. And I throw it back at him and say, no, and I'm keeping my BlackBerry.
Okay.
So now I'm going to have a BlackBerry Classic.
Okay, that's awesome. And Roy, anything else you wanted to add here? I mean, again, the passion that you guys are bringing to this turnaround, just like the passion we're bringing to the BlackBerry turnaround is very evident. And again, I think it's so awesome seeing kind of financial services and really music and art come together.
Thanks. Well, I have to tell you, the New York City Opera is a brand that, when you talk about it, people love New York City Opera, and they were so sad to see it go. Yeah. And it really feels very much like what I experienced with my BlackBerry years ago, and now here I am with my new Classic, and I'm very, very excited. And I have to tell you, you got yourself a new customer for all these secure suites and all the things that I just heard about. I actually wasn't aware until I just saw this.
Good.
And it's very exciting for my hedge fund, too. So I think you got two new clients.
All right, upgraded. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. All right. So that's, thanks so much, you guys, for joining. That's such a, very powerful story, and BlackBerry's very proud to have been part of that. And I hope they all give you an idea of why we're doing what we're doing today, really. I mean, at the end of the day, we're listening, as John said, to our customers and our customer base, listening to the broader mobile world out there, not just BlackBerry users, but those that are looking for the type tool that we just went through, and really working hard to serve our customers from all walks of life. So I'd now like to shift a bit and introduce somebody else to the stage. We've got the president of the Northeast region of AT&T Mobility, Stephen Hodges. Stephen, why don't you come on up? Stephen, so it means a lot that you're joining us here on stage today, and we're very proud of the long heritage that we've had with AT&T over the years. So maybe you can talk a bit about kind of what we've been doing together over these last 15 years or so, and how this new launch fits into that relationship.
Great, Marty. Thanks. First, it's an honor to be here with you guys today.
Thank you.
We've had an unwavering relationship with you for a long time, and it's a momentous day really for both of our organizations with the launch of your brand new device. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We know that our customers see a lot of value in BlackBerry and really love your products. So it's a great place to be right now. As we listen to our customers, and we spent a lot of research, spent a lot of time talking and listening to our customers, one thing that we've been hearing lately is that customers are very pleased with BlackBerry and very pleased that BlackBerry's listening to them and starting to deliver upon the promises and that they've been asking for. So it's an exciting day for customers. BlackBerry is seen as a very innovative company. We're pretty in touch with them, seen as an innovative company, and delivering on your promises to customers and kind of innovating to meet with the customers are looking for and meeting their everyday needs. So fantastic. By the way, thank you for this. I got this device this week. You guys, I've been a long-term BlackBerry fan, and as I played with it, your expectations are always, hoping for the best, and I think this really met what I was looking for. What I got was a device that's the right size, big screen, beautiful screen. The application pool is deep. Played a lot with that last night. I love the speed of it, particularly sitting on the AT&T LTE network. Putting those two together is fantastic. But all in, I like it. I've been a BlackBerry fan for a long time. I like what this device brings. I love the keyboard. Thank you for doing that for so many of us are loyal customers of yours and users. So I really, really do appreciate what you've done with this product.
I mean, and thank you for saying how innovative we've been. And we really have tried to be revolutionary from kind of day one. And maybe you're really close to the end user. Maybe talk about some of what you heard today and how that fits into the needs in the market. And are you seeing more interest in keyboards, seeing more interest in productivity, seeing more interest in some of the features that we talked about today?
You got it. I mean, I think the one feature that people are most passionate about when they hear BlackBerry, it's the keyboard. And you think about back in 1999, I think it's when you launched the first keyboard, and you really revolutionized the smartphone, handheld, mobile device industry. You guys came out with a keyboard. And it just changed the whole world for so many of us. And this is what customers are passionate about. We hear this all the time, that people are just passionate about your keyboard. And I think after playing with it for quite a few hours, and by the way, the battery is fantastic. I didn't charge it all night, still looking strong, so you guys nailed it.
Okay.
But all in, I think it's the keyboard that people are most passionate about. I think you've innovated on that, so people will be excited to see what this new product's going to bring.
So again, we're very excited to be working with AT&T. So let's talk about distribution. So how are we going to get this in the hands of those customers that are dying to get it?
Well, yeah, we can't wait. So we're excited to announce today, really to everyone, that AT&T will be carrying throughout all of our distribution. We'll be carrying this product at launch, retail stores, and all of our distribution points. So we can't be more excited for you on that point. That's very happy.
Okay, that's awesome. So thank you so much for the support. We look forward to working with you guys and making this wildly successful.
I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this product, all throughout the country, all throughout the world for you guys. And I'll be most excited to see how it rides in AT&T's highly reliable LTE network.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thanks, Stephen. Okay, that's awesome. So we're very excited to have that completely distributed throughout the AT&T retail channel. And obviously, our relationship with our carriers and our partners, that's key to bringing new devices like Classic to users around the world. So today, I'm happy to share that we're beginning to ship pre-orders that were placed on BlackBerry today, and we expect to ship all of those pre-orders. We had a lot of interest, all by next week. And we want to thank our loyal fans for their support ahead of the launch. We are also taking orders as we speak online through Amazon.com and BlackBerry.com with delivery of those devices over the next several weeks. Demand is strong, and we're working hard to fulfill that demand. Let's talk about pricing. So BlackBerry Classic is priced at $449 in the US and $499 in Canada, okay? And while you've heard from Stephen earlier about AT&T's fantastic support, we can also confirm that Bell, Verizon, Rogers, and TELUS will all carry the BlackBerry Classic. So, and for all of the guests that are here today, you can purchase today an unlocked Classic before you leave. We have a special price of $349 just for you guys, just for today. And you can head over to a store that we've set up actually in the back. And we hope that you go ahead and go for it and give it a shot. We actually hope you're one of the first to use this device. So at that point, you've heard a lot from our customers. You've heard a lot about the device. I think it's time to bring John Chen back on stage and really help him bring this launch to a close. John?
Thank you, and thank you for everybody who came in and helped and support us today. People always, been doing this for a little bit over a year, and a lot of people ask me, how does that feel in that year journey? And the good news to me and to my colleagues and my teammates is that the conversation has changed about BlackBerry. A year ago when I first started, I guess it ranges anywhere from, wow, you're really brave to take on this job. Either that or you're very stupid, or you really needed a job to escape from being at home. I hear all kinds of jokes. And a year had gone by, and it started becoming like, are you guys going to stick around, and so forth. A year had gone by, the conversation has completely changed. And some of you know us quite well, and follow us quite well. We are really, well, I could tell you we're here to stay as a company, and that's no question. Now we're going to have to engineer our growth, and a lot of the stuff that you heard today are part of the engineering growth going forward. We thank everybody for their support. Thank you for AT&T in particular, because carrier, when I first showed up, was a missing part of the equations. And it took us a year as a concerted efforts all around the world in re-establishing those links. And I'm very, very glad and very, very pleased with the fact that nearly all the major carriers around the world are starting to engage with us and doing good work with us, and literally around the world, as I said. So I appreciate that. Marty and Jeff, these guys could sell anything. So if you had to buy things, you got to go buy that right there. And thank you for all the great work. And I'm sure that we're going to have more conversations. I want to kind of give you a teaser for the next 2 events that might come up. At CES in Las Vegas, we are going to, one of our colleagues, Sandeep, is going to go through the whole IoT story. We're going to roll out we're going to present the roadmap of the IoT and a lot of different technology that makes up the IoT. You actually might see a Maserati with our QNX running on it. No, it's not for drawing or door prices. You just see a Maserati with our software running on it. And then at Mobile World Congress, that's when we're going to showcase our next following 12 months roadmap for the devices. So I wish that most of you will be able to join us and come and support us. We thank you very much and have a great day.